This video is going to show you solo GM getting platinum rank for the Hypernet. The current reward for this week is Palindrome, so it's a very important Grandmaster Nightfall to do. He's out to easily solo it. The surges are Arc Surge, Void Surge, Overcharge GL, Overcharged Weapons always on, Epitaph, which is no big deal, Chaff is on, Radar is disabled, no big deal. Talk about artifact mods first, because now it's more important than ever. What I had was Enhanced Volatile Marksman. We had Hold the Line. King's Vestige is a big one. I had that on. Dreadful Finisher. Maligned Harvest. Flashover. And Heavy Ordnance Regen and Defibrillate and Blast. But I could have ran Void Flux, to be honest, but it didn't make that much of a deal. As long as you've got Volatile Marksman on with a boost, make sure that you boost the mod up by just doing this stuff. Alright, so make sure it's boosted before you start. Right, talking about the build, I wanted to go with Luminarch first because I want to see what it's like now after the bolt charge changes today. Well, not the bolt charge change specifically, but more volatile marksman has been changed as of right now today. I'm going to talk about in the run how good it is right now compared to what it was like. We're using a Chill Clip fusion rifle, Luminarch as I said, and Watchful Eye with a Power of Resolve mod in. Not that it's required, but I ran it. Bear in mind that's combination with King's Vestige as well. They work hand in hand, those two mods. Right? This one's for Unstoppable. King's Vestige is for Overloads. Right? But, you know, it's there. I'm just explaining it. Right, so the build was Geomag Stabilizers Chaos Reach, because they've also fixed Ionic Sentry as well. Heal and Rift, Ball Lightning, Pulse Grenade, Electrostatic Mind. Ionic Sentry got changed today, so I'll talk about it in the run. Fragments was Spark of Discharge, Frequency, Resistance, Shock. Mods are on screen, not too important. Maybe I recommend a couple of Void Resist mods and an Arc one, because Arc Fret. And if you are using an Arc LMG without Arc Holster on your machine gun, if it's not got all on holster on it, the pretty simple fix is just to run an Arc Holster mod. This justifies you being able to use Power Resolve rather than use backup mag, get it? The mag size is irrelevant if you have Arc Holster mod on, got it? Right, generic utility kickstart build, but yeah, that was everything that we used. So the goal of this run is just to see if bolt charge shenanigans are sort of similar now, and they are if you use a void weapon. Like I told you last week, Volatile Marksman was working with all damage elements, and it's not supposed to. So now it should, I don't know, I haven't tested, it should only work with void weapons, Volatile Marksman specifically, that mod. As in given class ability regen back. So I figured I wanted to do a quick Warlock run because Ionic Sentry got slightly changed as well. So I just wanted to see, you know, Luminarch, Bolt Charges, Heal and Rift, Ionic Sentry, and quickly get a solo GM out, a video out as the GM launches so that people can farm up their palindromes quickly. If you're doing a Titan run as well, I do recommend Luminarch even more for that because you'll proc more Bolt Charges. So yeah, it'll be also really good. So with Hypernet, this starting section, you're probably going to get a Pummel Bane, more than likely. Could be a Hypernova as well from the Cabal. But yeah, you just take everything from a distance. There's a couple more dogs here. We've got all the Void Artifact mods on. Even though we're running an Arc kit, it is still nice to run Luminarch with anything just because of Volatile Marksman. Now, I could have run Lodestar. The only reason why I didn't run Lodestar is just to check Luminarch. So I'm kind of testing whilst giving you a video at the same time. Also, Luminarch's very good at the boss fight, just being able to deal damage to the boss without having to reposition yourself so much. We get close here, that's fine though. Power level recommendation, make sure that you're 2030 at least. If you're below 2030, your results of your solo GMs will be widely different depending on what you use. You're more likely to die to stuff. Like if you run a -40 delta, which I know, then, you know, you're going to die more frequently to more stuff. You can get away with more things at 2030. And above is what I'm exactly saying. We use a Chaos Reach, Geomag Stabilizers, super there on that. It basically one cycle's a champ at my level. It will at 2030 as well. So if you're minus 30 delta, by the way, because Grandmaster Nightfall's a Grandmaster Nightfall's a 2060, not 2050 or 40. They're 2060. So if you're 2030, you're minus 30 delta. Now look at the machine gun, the damage that we're doing. We've got a jolt and feedback LMG on. You can stun both overloads and unstoppable champions with this machine gun with power resolve equipped in the mod. Remember though, that means you can't run backup mag, which means a less magazine, which does impact the gun. The way to sort that out simply is to put an arc holster mod on. If you have an arc holster mod on the boots, the mag size of your LMG is irrelevant because it will reload itself anyways. Get it? Right. Pick up any ammo that you need. Pick a relic up. I recommend that you get a relic here. You don't need all three or anything, just one of them. And then just bypass any slack and adds that there are. You don't need to kill everything. Just kill what you need. You know, it's a longish... Well, it's not that long of a GM, actually. It's not too bad. But, you know, if there's anything you can skip, skip. Right, 2 turrets, take them out. With the cranium, you need to get used to tap firing your craniums and using them. Part of the mastery with the Hypernet is mastering craniums. It really is. Right, on this bit, you need to make sure that you take out the 4 Scorpion turrets immediately. After that, you can super top island, because ideally you want control of the top island right there. Now, I've saved Ionic Sentry turret for this bit. I get sniped to my left, so I get a healing rift down. I'm trying to pick up the turret, but I got knocked in the air. That's fine. Look at what we can get away with. Remember, I'm 2032, so I'm not exactly a high level for this, but you can get away with a lot still, see? You can definitely still get away with a lot compared to what we used to be able to get away with. I guess that's in the player's interest anyways. It's beneficial for players who aren't playing this game all the time, 24/7, so that's what it is. Right, top map control is what you need here. You need top map control. Basically, another way of doing that is to use a super as you get here. The problem with doing that is you probably won't get your super back for the Tormentor as he spawns in. I mean, that's not a problem, but I'm just saying I'd rather have a super right away on that Tormentor as soon as he gets there. Also, try and have a Ionic Sentry Arc turret for when that Tormentor spawns in, and preferably a pulse grenade as well. I didn't pulse grenade him. When you jolt a target and you Chaos Reach, it does add damage. It's noticeable damage. Like, look here. I throw it. I don't have Pulse Nade, but I do have Ionic Sentry and a super. So we're going to do super. Now, if you hit your super properly, it'll do more than a third. My super there was doing a lot of immunes. It wasn't hitting the shoulder pads as good as I wanted, but it was good. That Torment is very tanky. All right, unstoppable pushes. Now, there's an unstoppable champion trick here, and I'm going to tell you what it is. You can basically DPS the Torment to half HP, not kill the first unstop, and that stops the second unstop spawning. Problem is with that is, my unstoppable is pushed anyway, so I'm not going to do the trick. Understand the trick? You don't really need to do the trick anyways. Look at the unstop. You don't need to do the trick anyways. I'm just saying, if you do that much damage to the Tormentor, the second unstop won't spawn in if you haven't killed the first one. Got it? But it doesn't really matter either way, because, you know, you can melt down your Tormentor. You just basically need 2 Chaos Reaches. That's all you need, really. Because, you know, one Chaos Reach will do a third. Your second one will do a third, or maybe slightly more if it's right. Because your Chaos Reach will do more when the boss's shoulder pads have been taken off. So you're basically about killing that Tormentor after 2 Chaos Reaches. Look, I'm 3/4 to my super, so I'm going to get it very soon anyways. Unstoppable will spawn in, the second one that I was mentioning. Now look at the problem that I have here. I have a pummel sniper. I don't want to go over there and sort him out, so I'm just going to have to live with that pummel sniper and not bother with him. It was annoying in the run though, I must admit, having a pummel sniper like that, because the only thing I can do is just go over there and sort him out, but I don't want to, because once you've got top map control, you're pretty much done now. You know, you're not going to die. The only thing that you could die to is probably the Tormentor, but you can tank at least 3 waves before you would die. And if you're really low in power, then maybe 2 waves. Tops. Pop arc turrets when you get them. Look, I'm going to use Chaos Reach now here. We've got Ionic Sentry Dam as well. That's doing massive damage, a lot more damage than my first Curse Reach. Tormentor is close to being killed now. Second Unstop spawns in, which is no big deal. We'll get rid of him in a minute. We'll prioritise the rest of the ads first, though. When we get opportunities, we will stun Unstop, but the Unstop's been out of my range there, as you can see. It's been a little awkward. Luminarch's doing fantastic for my healing, as in it's giving me class ability energy. Are you noticing the amount of class ability energy I'm getting? They've actually increased some damage percentage. I think the heal regen or something was 7% to 9% on the patch notes or something. It got slightly adjusted for Void. But yeah, look, we've basically dealt with everything. We've got that one Unstop to kill, which we're going to get a stun on him now. There we go. We get the stun. We use the machine gun. Massive damage there. The machine gun performed perfectly in this. What I would say is, though, is that a Queenbreaker bow run would be better than this. Not better, but quicker. It would be quicker for the Tormentor for sure. In terms of just being able to kill the Tormentor quicker. You'd probably get past this section after 5-6 minutes. It would speed it up. I'm not going to lie about that. It would. But remember, the goal of this run is to test the machine gun with Power Resolve. And it's also to test Luminarch with Void after today's patch or hotfix. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I need to test this on Titan as well. There's been a couple of people complaining I'm not doing enough Hunter runs. And you'll probably be right. I'm not doing enough Hunter runs. This always happens with me where I go into a wave of just not wanting to play Hunter. That'll come back, don't worry. GMs are back now, so there's more an incentive for me to go and play the Hunter, which I will. I'll cook up some unique builds with the Hunter for sure. So Hunter mains, don't worry, it'll be coming. The only reason why I haven't done much Hunter runs is because the Warlock and Titan is so damn appealing on Arc. Alright, the Titan's extremely... I mean, I'm taken back by how good the Arc Titan is. And Arc Warlock's also very good as well. And then we've got Prismatic to test in GMs. Remember, there's been a couple of adjustments with Prismatic builds. So there's all that sort of stuff to test as we do GMs. So all that stuff's going to come into play. But the hot topic right now is the Luminarch bolt charges. So look, we've got a Hypernova over there. So I'm going to set him off. This is a tactic. If you're ever playing from range, 50-60 metres away, and there is a Hypernova, set him off. How to set him off, just do some damage. It sets off the Hypernova, and then it means you don't need to kill him. He'll kill himself, right? He'll kill himself, and you're good. Now, we've got a turret down here. We're going to kill this second Unstop. We're getting We're getting hit more than I was liking there by that Cabal Centurion at the back there. But we use this little block here to control this champion look. Now, when they come at you with their shield, aim for their legs with the Unstartable Fusion. Okay, that will control him. Now, he knocks me off map here. Fair play to him. But to my surprise, there's a platform down below. I didn't even actually know that because I've never been knocked off map by him. But yeah, I suppose I was lucky there. But hey, there was a platform there for me to deal with. Right, remember, we've got Dreadful Finisher on. So Dreadful Finisher will provide basically infinite special ammo. You didn't see me use much Riptide. You know why? Because I didn't really need to use it on anything. Luminarch bolt charge has done everything for us. The machine gun done everything for us. We just used Riptide on a bit of ad clear and a bit of unstartable champions. And that's it. So because Hypernet, I'm going to be honest, right? I ran this today thinking, what's going on? Why does this feel so easy? And it does. It almost feels really easy. Like, I done the Master Solo week 1, didn't I? If you remember of episode Heresy, the first week was Hypernet Master Nightfall. I found that to be harder than this. I don't know why, it just did. Master Nightfall felt harder than this GM in particular right now. I don't know, it just feels really easy. It just feels something's off about this GM. I'm not complaining because we're getting Palindrome. I'm just saying, look, this felt really easy today. I don't know why. Now look at King's Vestige. Right, important note. King's Vestige is not just like... It's not just about talking about Power Resolve. It works with all weapons. If you if you kill Taken at all, you get those Taken Seekers. As you can tell from the commentary, I don't know exactly the in and out details of King's Vestige. But I'm going to learn it over and over, aren't I? The more this week. But I'm just saying, look, I saw my taken rounds proccing quite a lot on my weapons, and it was beneficial to run King's Vestige and Power Resolve in this because of the amount of taken enemies that are in this. However, on a non-taken GM, it's not worth it. It won't be worth it, will it? So I'm just saying, hey, look, these mods are pretty good for this, but it's specific to Hypernet and any taken GMs. Alright, so this bit you can pick up a relic and speed things up, yes. But what I'm doing here is just evaluating any ammo drops, and what happens is, so there'll be 3 relics on the floor, right? When you take the final blight down, 2 of the relics will disappear, 1 will stay up. This is a bug, I think. It's always been in the game since it came out. I don't know if it's a bug or not, but what I will tell you is having that final cranium stay up is very beneficial. The reason why is because you're going to be able to destroy the taken damage stuff outside of this arena. Now, there is a skip, and I didn't do the skip. And I'll tell you why I didn't do the skip, because I was scared it would bug out. If you do the skip, sometimes the checkpoint will bug out on you. Remember this. So on my first clear of the week, I didn't want it bugging out. So yes, you can skip by using the skimmer to my right. I'm not going to do skimmer flying. I'm just going to go the route that it tells me so that the game does not bug out on me today. Got it? The checkpoint can bug out. So yes, I'm aware that there's a skip. I didn't want to do the skip because I have done the skip 2 weeks ago and the damn Nightfall bugged out on me entirely. So I was very apprehensive of doing that. On my next run, I will do the skip, providing that it's safe to skip and there's no bugs. So now that we've destroyed the taken stuff, this makes this a little bit easier, see? You can skimmer all the way down without any worry of taking walls. That's why the cranium was so important. Okay, now you're going to be up against 3 overloads. I'm going to use my super, my Chaos Reach here, because I'm just going to showcase how much we're getting it back. It's basically as good as a Roman super in terms of recharge rate because of Ionic Traces. Now, that's with Electrostatic Mind as well, all right? So, yeah, Electrostatic Mind's cooking on this. But what I will tell you is on some Arc Warlock builds, I prefer Arc Soul over Electrostatic Mind. If I'm running Stag, Arc Soul goes on. Electrostatic Mind, no. Because of the utility. Honestly, Arc Souls are cooking right now. They're doing a lot of damage. So I would say only use Electrostatic Mind when you are wanting to do ability regen shenanigans like with Geomag Stabilizers and Crown of Tempests. Other than that, if you're on Rift builds with Staglum and Arc Bolt Charge build, you run Arc Soul because Arc Soul will provide you with more Bolt Charge discharges. Very complicated build, but I thought I would tell you about it. I've already told people about it, but I'll tell you about it again. Look at the use of the cranium. So we're saving ammo by using the cranium as our overload damage weapon. This is what I was on about. You've got to master those craniums. Now, I actually was wasteless with this ammo. I've got 20 left. But if I'd tap-fired my cranium, I would have probably had 40 ammo left to kill this champ entirely as well. But look, I've got my super back. Not to mention, craniums give supers back. You can take advantage of this at the final boss, Phase 2 in particular. You need to master the craniums. The better you are with craniums, the easier this entire process will be. No matter what build you're on, even if it's Consecration Titan, you still use the craniums to quickly do things in this GM. For example, boss damage or Melting Dam Overload Champions or Melting Dam ads. And also the craniums synergize with Ionic Sentry. You get your arc turret back because the cranium is classed as an arc kill. We used Ionic Sentry there again. This is important that we use it there. Why? Because that blinds the captain. This part is a kill time. You may get killed here. If the captain blinds you and you get sniped at the same time, you're dead. So what I'm saying is, to avoid death on the bridge area, is to get a turret up. Now, you could probably get a better turret up than what I did, and you could blind both the snipers and the captain. But, you know, this is my first run of the week. I'm not min-maxing every single thing I do right now, right at this moment. But I will min-max more on latter runs. Right, this section, pretty easy. You want to spawn kill all the Void Shield Acolytes as soon as possible. This will sort of de-aggro the Void Minotaurs like that, and they will more likely fight the Overlord champions. So you want to pitch up somewhere. Once you've took out those initial Acolytes, we've got a Hypernova here somewhere. Can we kill the Hypernova in time? We do, because of Bolt Charge. So yeah, this is a good place to pitch up, look, because we're dealing with everything. Now, you're going to see sometimes where I don't even do any special or heavy weapon damage on champs. You know why? Because I'm testing Lomonarch damage with rifts. I'm testing to see, right, how much rift energy am I getting off volatile detonations? How good is it visually? Not number speaking, but visually on a gameplay moment-to-moment perspective, and it's really good. I would actually have preferred to use my stag build with this, but the thing about that is Geomag stabilizes kills Rich is doing too much damage, and we need to speed up the Tormentor. If I had not ran Geomags, the Tormentor section would have been 5 minutes longer, at least, because of that fact alone. So that is why we're using Geomags, is solely for the Tormentor melt. It's too good to pass up on an Arc Warlock. If we're doing an Arc Warlock Hypernet, my opinion, your best bet is Geomags, because there's high health pools, you need to melt them down, and you're getting too many supers. So right now, your best bet, on an Arc Warlock at least, is Geomags. It absolutely is. But there's different needs for different GMs. Alright? So, at 50% rifts closed, you will get Ogres. Just melt them with a super, speed it up. You could maybe not use a super and kill him with the cranium, but you know what? I just said, right, I'm just supering because I don't need a super for a bit. Well, technically, it would be good to have a super at the final boss as an emergency plan. But I have an emergency plan that does not consist of a super anyways, so I'm good. But I guess for some other players, maybe try and save your super, kill the Ogres with, look at the Taken Seekers there with Chill Clip. Did you see that? So, yeah, try and kill him with the cranium, but if you get into trouble, just pop super, because remember, if you die, you're going back to orbit, you've wasted 19 minutes. You don't want to waste 19 minutes. That might be a god roll that you've lost off Palindrome. You don't know what roll you would have got on that run. Get it? And Palindrome's actually going to be good. It's a problem that there's no champion mods. I was on about this, wasn't I? I said, why is there no hand cannon champ mods? Hello, Palindrome's come back in PvE. I know it's a void weapon and it's going to give you barrier rounds anyways because of void. Palindrome's a void weapon, right? They changed it to void. Or have they changed it to arc? I think I heard somebody, I don't even know what element it is now, so I'm going to stop talking. I think they changed the element, didn't they? Didn't they change it to an arc hand cannon and it was void? I think I'm right in saying that. I seen a video yesterday, somebody saying it. I think so. I hope that's the case, because that's what somebody said. Well, again, that's not going to work with Volatile Marksman, is it? So, more to my point, there should have been hand cannon mods this season. Overload hand cannon would have been sufficient, or even barrier hand cannon, because then we can use pretty new tools in GMs. It's obvious, isn't it? Right, this is very important. Phase 1, stand behind this house. It's a Vex house and crouch. Do not aggro that boss at all. You are not allowed to look at him. You're playing hide and seek. You're playing hide and seek, but you never go to look for him. So he's what's his name? Drift and Mind. He's lost in some other 6th dimension somewhere. But look, we get a Ionic Sentry up. The Unstartable was blinded by the turret in the wrong place, but we stop him again. Look at the melt. We've mastered the use of cranium. Getting the stop with that saves super, right? So if we do need to super like there, I could have supered as a plan B, but I realised I would survive in my rift. Here's plan B. Plan B is really good. Boss cannot see you if you crouch right here. So that means you've isolated the boss away from you, and you can just clear the ads. Look, I am playing a little bit lazy there, though. I should have whipped out that machine gun right away. But look, machine gun starts to perform really well. The Taken Seekers, look at that. The Taken Seekers are really good, honestly. I was surprised how good they are. Right, look, see? We crouch there. The boss cannot do his Taken wall on you, on that wall in particular. It is a very niche strat. It is a very strat that I have cooked up myself. Right, now let's talk about boss AI. What's his name? Paphineos. So Paphineos has a very unique lazy eye where he forgets where you are. Now, you need to jump up in the sky, because if you don't, you're going to get less Chaos Reach damage. Get a pulse grenade for jolt damage and Chaos Reach. Boom, that's your damage in. Right, now let's talk about his lazy eyes. Right, when you go behind cover, the boss will track your last known location. If you jump up somewhere there where he doesn't know where you are, then he's not going to know that because he's dumb. His AI's dumbed down. Or maybe because I'm a masterclass in deciphering AI patterns. Maybe it's a bit of both. But look, I'm going to show you it. Watch this. Right, so boss thinks I'm down below. He think, oh, I've missed my jump. So now I'm looking dumb, aren't I? Don't worry, it's going to happen. So look, we jump there. The pillar obscures the boss. Boom. Where's he? He doesn't know where I am. He's in the 4th dimension. We play hide, go, seek. He doesn't know where I am. I didn't go and look for him. Imagine playing hide and go seek with somebody and you don't go and look for them. Well, that's exactly what's happened with this. Look, he's bamboozled. But is he going to get wise to my racket, to my to my scam techniques? So far, he hasn't. I've even jolted him. Oh, look, his eye saw me. See that? Little AI paffing. Boom, he saw me, then he started doing it. So we can abuse this, and I'm going to abuse it on phase 2. I hope you're listening closely and you have not skipped this bit. Because if you've skipped this bit and then you say, how do you survive at the final boss? Well, I'm going to timestamp you 26 minutes, 40 seconds and say, why didn't you watch that bit? And if you say, well, I didn't have the time, well, so does that mean I've got the time to now explain myself twice to you? You know, do I have to go through it over you with you again through the ABCs when I've already told you a piece of information? So that's not my fault if you skip part of a video. That's the AI pathing. There you go. Call it whatever you want to call it, but it's really good. Now, what I'm doing here is farming up a Chaos Reach. We're going to use it right now, look. Remember, jump up high. You need to get on a building and jump up high. This will, because your Chaos Reach will not penetrate his shield. Right, phase 1 complete. If you've completed phase 1, you are done. Phase 1's the hardest, in my opinion. Well, yeah, I guess so. Phase 3's a bit dicey. It can be. If things go bad on phase 3, it can be bad as well, I suppose. But phase 1 is the worst, I think. Because of the Centurions, you need to melt them quickly. If you do that with the cranium, you're good. If you let them get out of hand, you're not good. Right, now you're going to get Vex Minotaurs. Now I'm going to tell you why phase 2 is so much easier than phase 1. Because we've got 2 enemy races fighting each other. Taken and Vex. Whenever there's 2 enemy races in AGM, it is always easier because you let the enemies fight each other. Although if they teleport on you like that with Ultra Instinct, then there's not a lot you can do, but you need to get Ultra Instinct training in you so that you can counteract the ad teleportations. You would have to go to Wiz for training on that. I'm not in charge of angelic training. I'm just telling you, that's how you get above the old spaghetti code teleport and ad thing. It's out of my control. I'm just telling you how you can get around it. So pick up a cranium and just start melting all the orbs. Do not melt all of the orbs right away. You want to melt all of them with the cranium apart from one favourable orb, because we're going to do some setting up for phase 2. I really like this because this strategy is basically foolproof. You can't go wrong with it. And it's a very particular strat and it will work, but you got to watch the footage for it to work. So look, melt all the orbs that you see. Leave that final taken off. Oh, there's 2. I'm going to melt the one that I need to though. So it's not that one. That one I need to stay alive, but I have a problem. I have a lot of thrall, which I need to take out. I'm going to use a pulse grenade. We'll get our pulse grenade back. Make sure that you do have a pulse grenade back for this next phase. But I actually get both my pulse grenade back and my Onyx Sentry. It's just because they're annoying, these particular ads. They keep teleporting me in between your shots. Any pummel ads or anything like that, get rid of all these ads. Use the machine gun. It's better, I think. They teleport less. It's easier if you hip fire the LMG. The Taken won't twitch as much. The twitch maneuver that they do between shots. Whereas with Le Monarch, they keep dodging the shots. Right. So, final overload's killed. This is very important. Don't pick up any craniums. Melt the final Taken orb. The one that you... Sorry, don't melt the final one. Leave one left at 89%. Then pick up another relic. Once your Minotaur is dead. That will mean that there's 2 more relics on the floor for phase 2. But we're going to just use this second one. This is our second cranium. This cranium is going to do all the work for us for ad clear. If things go wrong, then we can Chaos Reach, but we don't need to. Watch this strat. Boss is baited to the top of the Vex house. He now thinks I'm on top of the Vex roof doing some slate work or some Vex roof and digital work, whatever you can think of. He thinks we're up top. So look, that means the boss can't hit us. So we are completely safe. Apart from the Void Orbs will track us, but look at the melt. We get a Pulse Grenade Dam and an Ionic Sentry Turret. That will melt the Overload with the Cranium. Then we move back. So the difference is the Taken Walls can't track you if you manipulate him, but the Void Orbs can. So you can only stand there after you've melted your Overload. You need to get out of there, I would say. And then you need to do map rotation. So there's going to be a bunch of snipers. Now, play it smart. Don't go all in. Use the Cranium. It's your best tool for ad clear. It's even better than Le Monarque. Reason being is because you're going to melt quicker than what Le Monarque will. But by the time you use a bow shot, you could get sniped. Whereas, look at this. It's hold down right trigger, boom, dead. Some people would say hold down click, but no, it's hold down right trigger. I'm on console. What do you mean hold down click? We're not on Microsoft Excel. We're playing Destiny 2 on PS5. We're using a controller, hold down right trigger, not click. So look, now we have a super that we have not used. I'm going to use that now. Do not pick up any more craniums. There's 2 craniums on the floor. Get up high for Chaos Reach Super number 1. Pulse Grenade, Chaos Reach. That will give you the most damage. It'll do half a bar. Now, if you're higher in power, all right, you're going to do even more than that. And it scales quite well, does Chaos Reach. So say, nobody is, but say if you're 2035, you'll be doing quite a bit more damage than what I am. Even though it's only 3 or 4 levels more. Doesn't matter, you're still doing more. It's still scaled. Some things in the game scale really well when you get a little bit more of a power boost. Because remember, you can go to minus 20 Delta GMs now. This has been a thing since Final Ship. So this strategy now is just to map rotate with the Cranium. You are just going to DPS with the Cranium. You don't even need to really shoot the Void Orbs. They're so slow they can't really hit you. You need to time your Cranium shots to get crits. So this will DPS the boss and it will give you massive amounts of super. Phase 2 should be all Cranium work, really. The only time, Chaos Reach damage or Cranium work, that is it. Because you'll be forever DPSing him if you don't do it like this. Right, there we go. That's Cranium done. Now, I don't quite have my super, so I was thinking, should I save that relic? Because I could save that relic for final phase. Remember, relics don't despawn. They only despawn when you pick them up and drop them. Okay, so that relic would stay there for final phase, which is actually a handy thing to have relic on final phase. However, we're going to get 4 more relics anyway, so I'm like, you know what, I'm just picking it up. Screw it, I'm just picking it up. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. But what I'm also going to do is not use my super. So say, for example, a Hypernova spawns on final phase, which is entirely possible. Then I can use my super on the Hypernova if that is. Well, like a chess player, we're trying to strategize if there's going to be something bad happen to me on the final phase. For example, there's a Drainbane. There might be a Drainbane. Well, I've got a super to back up. None of that stuff happens. But if it did, I am good because I've got Chaos Reach. So that Cranium done all our DPS. It's also going to do our first Minotaur on right. Take down the Minotaur on right hand side. He's the one that's going to, the goblins and stuff are going to track you the most on right, because I guess because I'm standing on right. Now you just want to deal with the rest of the Minotaurs. So look at the amount of damage that machine gun's doing from range there. That's a combination of Taken Seeker damage. It's a combination of Arc Surge, because it is, and Jolt and Feedback. Now, this Jolt and Feedback Overflow Watch LMG, Arc LMG, it performed exactly how I would hope. It was very good in this. So I highly recommend it. But I also think, a linear fusion rifle like Queenbreaker would definitely speed up the Tormentor section. So if you want to do Queenbreaker, you can. But right now, Luminarch's just crazy good, and I think it's just worth it for most players just to maybe use Luminarch while it is as strong as it is. Or Graviton Lance. The thing about Graviton Lance, though, it hasn't got overload in it. Luminarch has, so Luminarch makes more sense for Hypernet. Right, now all ads are clear, apart from some frawl at the back of the map. Notice the amount of heavy that we've got, so that's good if we need to spam it. And 309 bullets is more than enough to deal with everything else. I mean, the run's going to finish in, 5 minutes? So, we could have spammed way more LMG, but I guess I was having that much fun with Luminarch. There wasn't enough ads for me to kill, is what I'm saying to you. So you should destroy all rifts within one relic, but I was being quite wasteful on this run. Because if you do destroy all rifts in one relic, that gives you 3 relics for the final phase of damage, which is enough to kill the boss. But what happened with me is I actually used a second relic, and remember, once you pick up that relic, you've committed to the relic. You've got to grab it round with you unless it despawns. So you commit to the relic once you pick it up. So I'm I'm on the final relic. I've been too wasteful. I take out the final rift. Final ad spawning. This is my worst part of my run. I should have optimized this bit. So what I should have done is been in a good position to deal with the unstoppable and spawn kill him, but now because I'm out of position, it's caused not problems, but it's caused me to have to do unnecessary map rotation. Look, I'm having to do more map rotation now because the unstoppable, he isn't pushing. Also, look, I've got a pummel scion. I would have a pummel scion, wouldn't I? So that's a bit of a nightmare because I can't do anything about him. Although I can hit him with my ranged arc melee. That does work as long as you hit it. So yeah, this relic's done anyway, so I'm being wasteful with it. But we've got relics left, and I've also got a super, which I'm going to use on the champ. I recommend that you probably just super him. Because it is a place where you may die, right? There's a chance that you may die on this phase with the taken walls, with the void orbs. If you're doing some stationary DPS to the champ and you don't quite hit your damage that you would hope, and then as you overcommit to damage, the void orbs will kill you. That's where the threat would be. Look at this. We miss our arc melee. I'm so disappointed. We was a fraction off that. That means I've got to go and push up and be risky now. All right, we'll do just that. There we go. So we just take him out with a fusion. And now it's just getting rid of these damn phalanxes. There's a couple of phalanxes at the back of the map. I actually was sort of wondering how many that spawns. I don't know if it's 2 or 3, but they were being annoying. I don't want to pick up a relic because I want that for damage. There's 2 relics and I didn't want to pick them up. I wanted to save them because I've got a super anyways for the unstop. The problem right now is I'm trying to bait this unstop. So look, this is where positioning starts to be a little bit better. I've pushed up to the exact place I should have been in the first place to do exactly just what I've just done there. That's what I should have done as the ad spawned up. But that's fine. We're 35 minutes into a run. It's no problem. Now there's just some extra scions and some extra phalanxes. We just need to deal with them. That's what I'm going to try and do now. But these phalanxes were being annoying on this run. I was like, why are they being so annoying? They're not pushing me at all. I guess because I've overloaded them with the machine gun. They're being passive. Yeah, and that guy's just being awkward. Because if you are it's not too bad this final phase, but if you really are out of position, yes, you will die. So I wasn't wanting to do that. At this stage of this run at 36 minutes, that's where my runs start to get a little bit more passive so that I can make sure I get the run done so I can make the video. Because remember, I've got more work to do when I'm making this video, more than other people. I've got commentary to add. Right, that's going to double or triple the editing time of the video right away. Then there's the thoughts. Then there's the whole production of the video. So I've got it all to do on my own. So, the rules are different for me to maybe what other people have. Some other people have teams of 20 men helping them to do stuff. I haven't got a team of 20 men, and I don't want a team of 20 men either. I don't see the pride in that at all. But some people are businessmen in D2, and that's how they work, and that's how they operate. I'm not a businessman per se. I'm more of like a man of the culture for Destiny to try and expand consciousness. That's what I'm more about. Although, everyone's a businessman in some degrees, but it's how greedy you get. And I'm not one to go ultra greedy, you know, sell you merchandise. I'm not selling you G Fuel. I'm selling you nothing, really. You can watch everything I do for free. Nothing, no, there's nothing that you need money-wise. All you need is a device to watch me on. That is it. So I'm not a businessman like some of them. Some of them sell you anything. Some, you know, they'll sell you everything and anything. And I don't do that, do I? So look, Chaos Reach, same rules. Jump up high so that you penetrate past his shield so that you don't hit the shield. And look, we've got a final relic to finish him off. So yeah, that was a solo GM on this. So yeah, that's how to easily do it, easily get your palindrome. The Titan run would be very similar to this. Hunters can obviously do it. I know I've neglected Hunters a bit. I won't be going forward. We'll get some Hunter runs done. But that was a run for this. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.